What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to Fight Night Frankies. We are in for a mediocre night of UFC combat sports. However, we are here to brighten up your day because this is going to be the lead-in for a panel with MMA Musical and the boys. So you've got that to look forward to. Hope everyone's having a wonderful weekend wherever you are. We're going to kick back. We're going to chill. We're going to have a nice evening. I'm sure the card is going to over-deliver. Maybe. But it's so bad on paper that it kind of is all going to be uphill from here. So shout out to everyone. Hope you're having a good one. Let's go. How you doing, Jamie Wick? Who's on panel tonight? It is Musical MMA, Brutally Honest, and I think there's two other guys on as well. I can't remember exactly who, but it should be a good one. How you doing, XO? I hope you're doing well, man. Philip Rowe or Oban or the Oban Killer? It's a tough one to call. I'm gonna go with the Oban Killer, even though I don't necessarily trust every Korean fighter that I see for obvious reasons. He looked really good in that fight. He beat the shit out of Oban Elliott. So just based on the eye test, I'm gonna go with that. Philip Rowe does have a really nice length to him. He does have some power in his hands, so we'll see. But I'm gonna go with the Oban Killer. But I do think that Philip Rowe is a nice dog. How you doing, No Paradox? What's up? I'm early this time. I think you are early, man. Yeah. If I can't do it, I try to start the streams as early as I can as well, just to get a little headway. I'm only going to be doing about an hour and a half to 2 hours maybe on here, and then we're going over to Musical MMA's channel to do a watch along. And I'm not getting drunk this time. I'm not in the mood for any arguments this weekend, so I'm going to keep it nice and chill today. Really nice length to it, mate. Yeah, I tried to adjust the words in my head and I just couldn't come up with anything better. So it sounded zesty. It was zesty, but it's all I had. No, I haven't been rolling with him. But how else would you call it? Good reach, I guess. But like, I don't know. It didn't fit the sentence that was constructed in my head. So it's a bit gay. Not going to lie. Bit gay. I do think Philip Rowe's all right. He's got decent power and he does keep distance pretty well. But I think this guy is going to get in the pocket and just put it on him. That's kind of what I'm expecting. And I think he's a better wrestler as well. So I think he'll get close. He'll throw some hands and then he'll grab him and take him down. And Philip Rowe's got decent like sprawls, but when he gets down, I don't really trust him to get back up quickly. So I'm going to go with a Korean dude, but I think it will be a scrap. And he is. Are you talking about the Korean guy who's tough? He is pretty tough. I mean, Philip Rowe's no pussy either. So it's one that I've kind of stayed away from betting wise. But I haven't picked my second parlay yet because I haven't got D'Elia in any of my parlays, and I think he's going to get the job done tonight. And I think the odds on him are pretty good, so I'm going to try and fit him in somewhere. But this Asian fella looked like Khabib against Oban. Yeah, I mean Oban's not had a good time of things since then. Really, he then pulled out of a fight card the night before, I think. So I like Oban Elliott, but he got fucking dog walked in that fight. So I'm fairly. But then, like I said, with these Korean guys, it's very hard to tell because they face a lot of mid competition and build up their CVs that way. And then when they get to the UFC, it's a little bit. And Oban Elliott didn't exactly stomp on very good competition, so it's hard to tell. But it seems like the right fight at the right time for him. It's not like Philip Rowe's had an amazing UFC career or anything, so it makes sense. Whoa, I'm late. Please spare my. No, we're good, Shower. Don't worry, man. I'm glad you're here at all. Where is Mubarak Khan? Assalamu alaikum. How you doing, King Solomon? What's good, man? Hope you're having a good day. I think D'Elia might lose, to be honest. What gives you that impression? The thing is with I can't even remember the name of the guy who he's fighting. My brain ain't Waldo Cortez Acosta. Um, I think with him, he's got nothing but throwing hands. That's basically it. And I think D'Elia's very, very quick and he's tough. And when I saw them go face to face, I was thinking this whole time, like, oh, Waldo's going to be massive over him. But when they did the face to face, D'Elia looked thicker and bigger. So I don't know, man. With him having the pace as well that he's going to put on him, I think he could hurt Waldo to start the fight off and make him very tentative. But what I've gone in that fight, I've gone for that fight to make the second round. That's what I've gone with because I have a feeling that Waldo's gonna play it safe for a little while, and then he's gonna end up being, "You belong in prison, not YouTube Live." For what? I haven't done anything lately. You're too gracious, my good sir. Shama, it's always a pleasure to have you turn up, bro. That's all I'll say. Like I appreciate how active you've been. You're always here, and I appreciate it, man. I really do. And you always contribute good shit to the chat as well. So shout out to you, bro. Yeah, so I like that to go to the second round. So I've got that in a parlay. And I think I got it as like I think I got it at like -200, something like that. So Waldo's got a great chin and good range. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that D'Elia's gonna like light him up in the first round. It wouldn't surprise me if he did. But Waldo's not somebody who goes swinging in and going crazy. Like he tends to, he tends to try and pop shots and wait for openings. So I think the fight will be relatively slow paced because Waldo does have some power coming back. And there is the danger, of course, that D'Elia comes fucking blazing in and just pops off on him. But I don't know. I couldn't fight my way out of a paper bag. Doesn't mean you can't talk. Doesn't mean you can't judge people who do fight from your armchair. It's the same philosophy I have of like, I can say a movie's shit even though I've never picked up a camcorder in my life. Unanimous decision. That's kind of where I think I'm going to go with as well. I think it will be like we'll have a close round in there, possibly the third round. But I think D'Elia will do well enough I think he'll have a clear advantage in rounds 1 and 2. And I think you can get D'Elia at decent. The only thing that scares me, right, is obviously he's Tom Aspinall's training partner, and I'm sure the feeling in that gym isn't very good at the moment. So maybe Ante, maybe he's suffering from some of the vibes that are going on. It's hard to tell, but I don't know, man. I'm optimistic that he gets it done. I've been ragging on this card for a couple of weeks now. It's honestly not that bad. I mean, the fact that we've got a really decent women's fight, which I never thought would come out of my mouth on the prelims, the battle of the cakes as they're calling it. I think we could be much worse off. I really do. There are some decent scraps. Obviously, Radke's on the card as well. He tends to bring the thunder as well. There are some good little fights like sprinkled out on this card. And the thing is here, when you get cards like this where, I think it's the headline that's messing everyone up. Because Onama should not be in a main event. I do think Garcia probably deserves to be in one because he's been on a bit of a tear for a while. But the Onama thing I don't really understand. But if it wasn't these two headlining the card and you had the two cakes on there, which I think would have actually made more sense as a main event. I don't think it would have looked that bad if they shift the order around. Howdy, watching. Broke my phone though. Can't talk a lot, but I'm still watching. Shout out to you, Crystal Mill. I hope you're well. I saw the short you sent, by the way. It was hilarious. Shout out to you. I hope you're well and having a wonderful day. Yeah, so I mean, it should be a fairly decent card. Like I say, we're gonna do the watch along in about. Well, I think the watch along starts in about an hour on Musical's channel, but I'm gonna hang out here for about an hour and a half. Get the crowd warmed up, and then we'll head over to that channel and you can watch along with the boys. What's up? How you doing, Johan Lieber? I finally finished Monster. I have some thoughts. I had a feeling they were going to fumble the ending, and I wouldn't call it a total fumble, but it's not the ending that I would have gone for. That's all I'll say, but I really appreciate you recommending the show. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I'm looking forward to the next one, really. I've got a few recommendations that people have sent me for other animes that I'm going to start maybe next week or so. But no, I thought it was overall a really good show and a really good recommendation. So thumbs up in my book. You're probably thinking, how did you get through it so quickly? Holidays, my friend. Just managed to squeak through the whole thing, but I'm glad that I persisted with it because it was very good. Very good. What did you think of the ending, by the way? I think the whole bait and switch with the whole, like, Johan disappearing out of the bed again and leaving it a little bit open-ended was interesting, but I don't know, man. I think the fact that Kenzo it wasn't the one that shot him as well, even though it's consistent to his character. I don't know. I'll be back in a bit. Single dad life has me running like I got you, man. My son is currently in London. He's on his way back with his mother. So that's why I was able to go on a little bit earlier today. But I know at some point in the next 45 minutes he's gonna come bursting through the door like a fucking SWAT team. So you might get a little lull in the stream for a few minutes while I sort him out. But does anyone have any decent picks for this? Because I struggled with this card. How you doing, Smelly Fingers? What's up, man? I got your message on. I think it was Twitter. I messaged you back. Hope you're well, bro. Hope everything's good with you. I'm slightly looking forward to this card. It's on like relatively early. Starts like in about an hour, I think. So it's not too late a start for me, which I appreciate. And then we can hopefully it will finish at a relatively early time, so I can have a somewhat productive Sunday. But we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna quickly check in on the football squad. Tottenham are so shit. How you doing, Ron and Lock, brother? What's good? I hope you're well. How do you Americans feel about this start time? I don't even have a single decent thought in my brain. Well, Carla Matter, you've come to the right place. I struggled picking on this card too. Not sure if I should pick underdogs. What do you think? What underdogs are you thinking of? If you give me more of like a specific what you're thinking of, then maybe I can try and give you some advice. But in my opinion, the ending was actually okay. I mean, the hospital scene, for example, as you said, nobody knows what happened to Johan after, so the viewer can think for himself. That might have been the best way to end it. I don't know. I thought it was really well done. Some of the character deaths were quite disappointing, but I felt like it was necessary for the narrative. It was a very, very good show. Fuck me, you're a Spurs fan. No, I'm a Newcastle fan. But I hate Chelsea very much. So, I mean, it's not like I cheer for Spurs to do well or anything, but I hate seeing Chelsea do well. They absolutely suck. How you doing, Batman? What's good, bro? I tried making edibles yesterday for the first time. I ate 4 of them, waited a couple of hours. Don't think they did anything. So ate another 4. Big mistake. Damn. A lot of people make that mistake with edibles. Because everyone's different, aren't they? Like I've heard that it hits people's bloodstreams at different times and stuff. I don't even know. I might just sprinkle some in because of the last 2 cards with underdogs going so well. That has got to shift at some point, though. It's got to. I just saw a stream of some random women going into the graveyard. That takes me back. Hey Frankie, how you doing, Tone K? I'm still spooked out by that P for P, man. That's edibles chicken slowly, my friend. That is one of your greatest sentences I've ever heard. They almost make it like Johan switched with his sister at the end of Monster. I thought that's what they were going to do at the end. I thought they were going to do like a split personality thing where they were going to say that the brother really died. I like how they threw in about how the mother kind of sacrificed one for the other. I thought that was very interesting. I mean, Johan's an amazing character considering we don't see that much of him. He kind of hovers over the whole show. But it's done really well. Yo, Frankie, I'm down bad if I fuck a babushka. Am I down? Nah, man. You got to try all flavors, man. You never know. You might like it. I mean, I personally wouldn't go in that direction, but you do you, man. You never know. Like I take the piss out of a lot. Like I make fun of like orca fat women, but I've never really gone down that route. I've gone with a few tubby bitches in the past, you know, but not like struggling to go through a door fat. So like I said, man, sometimes you just got to try it out. My middle name is a version of Johan. His name means God is gracious or graced by God. It's interesting. There's a lot like I said, it was a really gripping show. Like I didn't want to, and I kept going back and watching certain episodes just to make sure that I hadn't missed any details. Again, that Tenma saved Johan again was also good, since Tenma is a kind-hearted person and believes every life is equal, and Johan's plan in the end shows his nihilistic side. I 100% agree with that. I think Tenma's character remained consistent, and you felt like there was going to be a shift at some point, but his character arc kind of completes full circle by the end in a good way. Hello from the toilet. I always wonder how many people are watching my live streams all taking a shit. It seems fair. Say, Frankie, tell those cunts to listen to the stream. Bosh, I will. Like the stream. Like the stream, cunts, because Joey the Weed Ninja said so. Speaking of weed, I still couldn't fucking get hold of any. I don't understand why people think I'm a narc. I literally came out of my house. Would a narc walk up to some random drug takers and say, can I have some weed, please? If I was a narc. Well, I gotta be Genghis Khan. Somehow gotta spread my genes far and wide. I respect that, man. You and I have this in common. I'm well on my way to seeing that. Remember at the end, he says Johan was such a beautiful name too. Yeah, he did. It's really so well done. I don't think it was as much of a botch of a. The thing is, when a show is that good and it's leading up to something, you're always gonna upset people to some extent. I'd like to see Ellen DeGeneres fight Kim Kardashian. That's a very interesting. Ellen DeGeneres is a cunt. Kim Kardashian would body her though. She's a tiny little dyke. Definitely old Bill. I'm not old Bill, mate. I'm not old Bill. But I can. The thing is here, if I was old Bill, I wouldn't come out of my house and walk up to somebody. They can see I've come out of my house because then they'd know where I live. What is drug takers the wrong way of saying that? I thought, you're right, that didn't sound good. That sounded narky. You know what I'm saying? What should I say? Weed smokers? The youths of today? I was dropping a log when I found you live. That, do you know what? Yeah, to be perfectly honest with you, Jack Beats, that's very apt for this channel. That really is. I mean, kind of sums up my entire existence on YouTube, to be fair. CIA operative Frankie. Bro, I don't know why people keep thinking. Is it because I'm white? Is that the only reason? White with no beard. I'm way too small to be a cop. But I guess that's what a cop would say. Yeah, very. I do not sound posh. As I said the word posh, I realize what you're saying. I take it back. How you doing, B7? What's good, bro? Hey, Andre Fiddy. When's Andre Fiddy fighting next? Richard Maddow versus Ellen DeGeneres. I'm going with the bloke. I don't even know who Richard Maddow is, but that's a bloke, mate. I'm glad that Ellen DeGeneres got what she deserved because she's an absolute scumbag. Frank, you got any advice for screen sharing on Discord for Ido? He's live. He's having issues. I have no idea how to use Discord. And I've got no technical expertise whatsoever. How you doing, Frank? Lane, it's always a pleasure these days when I see you. It's always a pleasure anyway, but seeing you turn up, I get extra happy. So shout out to you. British too. Fordman69. Well, your name's Fordman. That tells me you're British as well. Where are you from in Great Britannia, sir? And how is your day going? And I like the fact that you've added 2 69s into your name for emphasis. You could be my kind of brother. That's why you're an undercover agent. This is, I mean, it was like, you know, all these dudes were like huge. I would have got fucking destroyed, cop or not. Do you remember, Frankie, that on average, 3 people watch you on TV? That's madness, isn't it? That's the one stat, yeah, that blew my mind. The fact that I had like 6% that's over 65 plus was crazy to me. 8% bitches. I mean, sorry, 8% females. You're from the USA. Whereabouts in the USA are you from, sir? Ellen DeGeneres is a degente rat. Her name suits her. Oh, a degenerate rat. That should have flowed off a little bit better. She's genuinely a horrible person. Really horrible. Idaho was doxing. That doesn't sound like Idaho. That doesn't sound like the dude I know. Those lesbian bitches have the highest abuse rate. Can you imagine, yeah, what lesbian relationships are like? 2 women? 2? Venice, is that VA Beach? I was thinking Venice Beach, but that doesn't sound right. My American geography is not up to scratch, to be perfectly honest. But welcome to the stream, man. Happy to have you. My Franca, what's up, Kloss? Ellen is a witch. That's a nice way of saying it. I think this is one occasion where you can call someone a cunt and you're not being unkind. You're just being bang on the money. Official study club. Hey, bro, where you from? I am from Ireland, but I grew up in Southwest London. How about you, official study club? That's a very interesting name. My favorite dog of the UFC card, I like Daniel Frunza and Chang Ho Lee. That is very, very interesting. I don't think they're bad picks at all. I think I picked against Daniel Frunza is fighting Dalgarian, right? I quite like Dalgarian. Is it Dalgarian he's fighting? Maybe I'm confused. Did I botch that? Let me have a look. Tottenham still sucking, obviously. Fucking shit team. Oh, he's fighting Charles Radke. I don't hate that either. I don't hate that. Virginia Beach. Oh, apologies, man. I mean, literally evil. Yeah, she is evil. What was your record? What do you mean, what was my record? In what sense? All right, Frank, I'm going to goon. Be back in a jiffy. I didn't know you could get a goon done in a jiffy, mate. How you doing, Mr. Grapefruit? Buffalo Chuck. That's one way to enter somebody's chat randomly that you've never been in before. Shout out to you, sir. Ellen and Diddy are best friends. Of course they are. Of course they are. Evil white women and evil Somalian men go hand in hand, don't you know? I have Johnson and Garcia both by KO. I like the Garcia KO. I think he's way better than Onama, and it's gonna show. Why can't I remember who Johnson's fighting? I probably didn't check. Oh, Dante Johnson is gonna fuck up Dumas. I've got Johnson in my parlay as well, but I didn't have the balls enough to do it by KO because I think he might actually strangle him on the ground. You know, like actually put his hands around his neck and just really. I'm not a fighter, no. I'm a professor of literature. I did a little training back in the day, but the fact that you even think that I could look like a fighter is very flattering. Or is it because I've got a nose that's kind of slightly bent? God damn it, this grocery store is packed. Were you trying to pick up today, Westy? Depends on how motivated you are. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a professional. You know, that's glazing a little bit. Everybody's afraid they're going to be robbed tomorrow for people that are missing their food stamps. Why? What's happening tomorrow? I would have taken an 8-3 record, to be fair. I'm gonna have an amateur fight at some point in my life. I need to get on it though, because I'm getting old. I need to find somebody else who's in their 40s and not trained. I broke my nose in a street. No, it wasn't really in a street fight. It was more in like a street altercation. You look like a fighter. You said I'm Buzz. That's a really kind way to say you're an ugly cunt, mate. 2 women dating will always be a disaster. May the strongest lesbian win. Imagine that. Wow. Imagine the conversations. Imagine the blown out eardrums of both of them just yapping away. I thought you were a boxer when for fuck's sake, what the fuck, man? It's the nose, isn't it? It's the fucked up nose. Frankie, can we start calling lesbians scissor wizards? We absolutely can. That is amazing. I'm going to steal that and say that I came up with it. Ellen would be a good fight. She's a cunt, yeah, but she's fucking tiny, bro. Kim Kardashian would beat the absolute shit out of her. Riots are going to happen because they turned off Snapchat. I've never used that. I've heard it's for pedophiles. 2 women wrestling gets me excited. I do like the. I do think the Jumon and not Aldana, the other one. I think it will be interesting. You know, at least there's some cake on display, so we've got that to look forward to some extent. But they're gonna both look even uglier than they started when that fight's over. Folks in the US are claiming tomorrow's the day they're going to be looting stores. And if the store is locked their door, they're going to be robbing customers in the parking lot. It's always nice to announce when you're about to commit a crime. That's the American way. Give someone some notice. 40, no back pain. Be glad, not fat. That's very true, man. I do have back pain though. I get like a lot of neck and back pain. It's not like debilitating or anything. I can still get on with my day, but I'm still old. Snap is money you get for food in the USA. Oh. Well, you learn something new every day. They don't do food stamps over here in the UK. It seems like a very humiliating way of dealing with poor people, though. I've got to say that. Just give them some money so they can, if they want to spend it on crack or whatever, that's their business. Giving somebody a piece of paper that allows you to, well, I just realized how stupid that sounds. But it does seem a little bit humiliating, though. That's what I'm going to say. Only the white customers. Hey, white people be fucked up too, yeah? Don't get it twisted. Have you tried decompression? I'm a bit nervous about people doing that stuff to me. I'll be honest, yeah. The reason why my neck got fucked up in the first place is some Chinese cunt tried to crack my neck and he properly fucked me up. But then I finally found this other Chinese dude who was a miracle worker. But I was in years of pain before I found this guy, and he managed to fix my neck. So I don't know why I'm rambling about this. Moving on. So what are food stamps on cards? I never knew that either. UK is my favorite African country. I'll take African country, to be fair, because most people are saying we're like Iran or some shit now, that we're a Muslim country. So I'll take the African country jibe. Or they're saying we're India Mark II. I'll take the African country. Oh hell no, bro. I'm white and proud, but on God, you built like a Newport 100s. Are those cigarettes? I'm actually reasonably built. Don't get the skinny neck twisted, yeah, and the ladylike fingers, bro. I am somewhat beefy. Oh, that's what I keep telling myself. You're not. If you're saying you smoke Newports, yeah, you're not white. You liar. You scummy liar. Was that racist? Needle ones look scary. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be worried about the people who come across like affable and really nice, because they're the ones that will bite your nose off. Who even likes the UK these days? Pretty much no one. Pretty much no one. But Fordman has a point. Fordman, how old are you, by the way? Sorry to get into personal questions, but I like to get to know people in here, or else what's the point? Skinny neck lady fingers is it's like what, like pussy hands, yeah. Like pussy hands. Yeah, I've set myself up for that one. I have set myself up for that disaster, I'm not gonna lie. Skinny neck. And you've said laddie. I'll take laddie fingers over lady fingers, 100%. Frank, you missed my master plan. Gonna take rotten, outdated groceries to these areas, screaming, "Oh no, don't rob me." That's a brilliant idea. 52. I'm starting to think there's credence to this channel having like a slightly older audience. It's starting to average out a little bit, which is really good. Mixed Lebanese with Swiss is the best mix, because I'm half Lebanese. Is that like a regular thing though? What part of the UK are you from? I grew up in southwest London, but I currently live in Cambridgeshire because I've got money and I didn't want to get stabbed. So I ran away from the hood, man, and straight to the suburbs, because that's what you do when you make money. You get out of the hood as quickly as possible. The hood is a little bit of an exaggeration. I grew up in a council flat. Old YouTube peeps. Old YouTube peeps are my favorite, man. I just want some red-blooded males in here that have had some experience. That didn't sound gay at all. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on Socrates? I mean, obviously he was way ahead of his time. I don't know, but all of that brood were up to some serious fuckery, if you know what I mean. They were all sucking each other's peckers and doing some mad shit. They were probably high on God knows what as well. But obviously, without thinkers like him, we wouldn't have reached the way where we are as a civilization. And is that a good or a bad thing? Discuss. Thanks to Smelly. I put a lot of thought into that one. But what are they going to do when they realize their shit is 40 and then they've got anger in their souls? So have you thought about that? You've really thought this through, though. Frankie looks like he carries an ice pick for protection. If I could, yeah, I would carry a fucking samurai sword around with me. Pedo Socrates, exactly. Definitely a nonce. Definitely a nonce and a cocksucker, as far as I'm concerned. What are your thoughts on crypto? I'm gonna be honest, Grey Dave. I don't fucking understand it. A friend of mine tried to explain it to me. I was in Thailand with him, and we were on our way back from a bar. I don't know why we chose to get into it at this point, but he starts explaining about mining to me and all this kind of shit, and he just made me more confused. I don't understand it yet, therefore I don't fuck with it. I grew up in the hood with rival gangs on both sides of my house, and I used to watch gang fights while eating breakfast. At that point, I decided to kick my ass in gear and move to the beach to grow weed. Jack Beats, that's a wonderful story. That is amazing. How you doing, Higher Observer? What's good, my bro? When I run out of outdated groceries, I'm gonna have laxus. Now, see, now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. Poison them. You are a supervillain. Mr. Salty Baller, sick name. Sometimes you have to get severely faded to pounder and reinvent your thoughts. That's very profound, sir. Welcome to the channel. How would you carry the samurai sword on my back, bro? Hip is zesty as fuck. It's got to be drawn like that. You can't be walking around with that on your hip. That sounds zesty as fuck. Mixed Lebanese with Swiss is rare. My dad met my mother in Lebanon, took her to Switzerland. The passport has powers. The Swiss passport is one of the best passports out there. Liam Breeden, how you doing, man? Hi, mate. Great stream. Weird question, but is your fridge running? No, it's stationary. It's not going anywhere. It was running the last time I checked it. I went to go make a cup of coffee before I got on stream, and I've run out of fucking coffee beans. I was fuming. White people problems, you know what I'm saying? Raging, bro. Feds get you for having lots of mining PCs. I don't understand the whole mining thing. I don't get it. See, I knew that joke was coming. In fact, I didn't. I'm really stupid, but I didn't even know that joke was coming. That's how fucking retarded I am. But shout out to you, Liam Breeden. Where are you from, sir? Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. It's nice to come up in here with a joke, I've got to say. Enough people don't come correct in here like that. They usually just shout out random things that I've got no idea what's going on. But to step in with a joke is amazing. Vote reform. Let's go. Reform of what, sir? I live fully off grid, running on solar, and have my own gardens and working on collecting livestock. Jack Beats, that sounds like the life. To be honest, with the way the whole world is going right now, I'm thinking of doing the same thing. Going to a beach in the middle of nowhere with just, like maybe a small amount of people around, nearby. Don't really need a hospital nearby. Fuck it. Who cares about personal safety? And then just get drunk on the beach and wait for it all to fucking explode. Frankie, Northwest was scammed by Kyle and Gilly. What can we do? Is that what's happened, though? Because Kyle seems like a really stand-up dude, unless Kyle is Gilly, and then we've all been fucked. Well, Horse MMA, I did send a message to Gilly about it yesterday, and he said he's going to follow it up. I think Kyle is not at home at the moment, which is what I'm hearing, but I don't know. Nah, the samurai sword goes on the hip. If we're talking original katana, long sword goes on the back. You get killed every. I'm not doing it to survive, me. I'm doing it to look good for the ladies. You know what I mean? Also have a tree selling business, like legit trees as a cover. Jack Beats, you've got it all figured out. I've definitely got to try some of your product when I come over. On Crip, on Blood, let's start a commune. That's really what it's got to be all about. This is where we need to be heading, man. I don't like the way the school system is going. I don't like the way things in general are going. Kyle is a real guy. Yes. I'm assuming there's just a delay of... no, the thing is, yeah, and those PayPal refunds, yeah, can take a long time to process. I think it's business days. The reason why I don't think it's fishy, yeah, is because Kyle did try to send him the money, but he sent it to the wrong account, and then it got bounced back. So I genuinely don't think Kyle was fucking him over. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy as well. Yeah, bro, you need to go to a hospital. You have to build it first. Nothing, a box of piss and a bag of weed can't accomplish. This is what I'm saying. I feel like you understand. Yeah, I think a sword on the back just looks total badass. I mean, the panties will be dropping. I think Kyle is traveling here to the States. This is from what Kyle's been in my channel for a long time, and he seems like a legit dude. But I didn't really have a lot of control over that situation. I just wanted Northwest to get the money, and I did everything I could to facilitate that. But I'm sure it will come. The poor guy is homeless and got scammed theft. Northwest has proof he is hurting bad. Carla's only sent 100 and says he needs the money himself. What? Let me see if Northwest has messaged me about this. I'm going to give Gilly a right fucking roasting if this is the case. Hang on a sec. I haven't had an... hang on a sec. Oh, apparently he's saying he fucked him over. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. So basically, the bet that I won over 9 months has been handed over to somebody random. That sucks. Horse, I'm gonna give a shout to Giuliano because obviously this is gonna fall on him. I let my nuts hang. Awesome, bro. Good for you. Northie is live now. I'll give him a shout. I've sent him a message back. Who the fuck is Kyle? That's the real question. That is I mean, people will say it's pretty dumb on my part, but like I didn't really have any control over the situation. Giuliano said he knew Kyle. Everyone, you know, what's the word? Went to bat for Kyle, said he was somebody who was legit. I don't know, man. That's really fucked up. But the funny thing is I haven't seen Kyle in here in a bit. That really sucks. That really sucks. Thing is, I'm going to ask Giuliano about it, but I know what he's going to say. He's going to say that his part in it is over. So I guess I mean, I think we've got to give Kyle a couple more days to see what's going on. Because, I mean, Kyle got paid for basically doing nothing. And I'd be very surprised as well. I have a bridge for a bridge, you know. Oh, fucking hell. That is a funny thing to say. That is really sad if that's the case, though. I'm gonna need to follow that up. The thing is, though, it's frustrating, yeah, because obviously I'm in no position to do anything about it. I don't know Kyle, but this is just another. As soon as Giuliano said I'll pay 750 instead of 500, yeah, I should have been suspicious that something was gonna go wrong. Why would you guys get another person involved when accident just no? I think because Northwest didn't have a way of receiving the money directly from Giuliano. That's where the whole problem stemmed from. And Giuliano was being very evasive about sending the money to me because I was gonna just receive it and then direct it straight to Northwest. But he was making I'm not gonna say making excuses, but he was giving reasons about why he couldn't send it to me. Something about international stuff and blah blah blah. It's not right. For your information, Gilly and Kyle are new friends. Also, in the USA, homeless people aren't getting food stamps this month because the government is shut down. Northwest is begging for work now. So you're saying Giuliano and Kyle. So Kyle and Giuliano are tight, yeah. If this is the case here, if it turns out that Giuliano is in any way responsible for this, I swear to fucking God, I'm done with him this time. Damn, Kyle finessed everyone, even the people vouching for him. I mean, I don't really know Kyle that well. He's come into my stream like multiple times, and he seemed like a really chill dude. But the thing is, Giuliano is kind of known to fuck around with alts as well, so you don't know how many he's got on the go. It could be a case of Giuliano sending the money to himself, and then it wouldn't shock me. I don't even mean to shit on him like that, but hi sir, how you doing today? I'm looking for a remote job. Can I do something online that helps you too? I'm sorry, the boy, but I've got no need for services like that. But I do hope you find employment as soon as possible. But yeah, it's just disgusting because, like I said, man, Giuliano literally fucking badgered me for 9 months about making this bet. And then as soon as John Jones retired, yeah, he should have paid up. But he literally kept pushing the date back and pushing the date back. And then when it came to payday, I got annoyed and obviously said what I said to him because I was so irritated by the whole thing. And I thought we'd resolved it. I thought Northwest was going to get the money because Northwest is somebody that I've known on YouTube for a long time. He's obviously in a very difficult situation. So I thought that at least the money was going somewhere good. But if some fucker has just run off of it, that's obviously disgusting. And it kind of shows you where we are as a society, man. I don't know Carl, but Northwest doesn't want to talk about it. Just felt you should know. Going live myself. Take care. Take it easy, Horse MMA. I'm gonna try and follow it up. Like I said, I think the only thing I can do is I'm gonna call Giuliano after the stream. Kyle is a Nigerian prince. That is the name that a Nigerian prince would pick, wouldn't it? Honestly, that's disgusting. I mean, I know I wasn't directly scammed because at the end of the day, my intention was to give the money away anyway. But that obviously really upsets me. Because Northwest obviously thought he probably had plans in his head of what he was going to do with the money as well. It's always drama with Betts and Giuliano, it seems. I mean, even the thing is here, the only person that I know for sure that he's paid big money to is King Terzi. And I don't even know who that guy is. And Giuliano has been accused in the past of being dodgy with stuff. Haha, I'm a prince that need money in Nigeria, the oldest scam. If you're falling for that these days, you fucking deserve to get roasted. What are you doing, man? Late night. We're about to watch UFC. I think it's 110. What did I name the stream? Yeah, UFC Vegas 110. I am reading the message, Big Ass. How are you and where are you from? What's the cope? What's the cope, Grey Dave? I think it's just like I said, man. It's just frustrating. I hope Giuliano can answer. I hope Giuliano can answer for himself because he's the one who chose. He's the one who chose Kyle to do this. I'd honestly be really disgusted if he had anything to do with this. Pretty bogus getting somebody's hopes up like that. Not blaming you, Frankie, of course. Yeah, I don't know what more I could have done in the situation. I mean, it wasn't like old peeps fall for a lot. As soon as I hear an Indian voice on the phone now, I'm just like, bye. I don't even fucking play. You know, I might get hypnotized into opening my wallet. Do you know what I mean? He paid out Dougie, to be fair. The reason why he paid out Dougie, yeah, is because Dougie is a pretty big streamer these days. He's got a big audience. And he knows, yeah, that if he did, it wasn't like a big bet either. I don't think it was a lot of money. I really don't. They're all the same person. I'll be honest, Grey Dave, it wouldn't shock me, but I don't think that's the truth in this instance. I do think that Kyle is a real person. But again, I'm going to have to dig into this. I'm going to message Giuliano right now, in fact. Hang on a sec. Playing with them is what I used to do. You know, I'd read out credit card numbers and shit. Try and keep them on for as long as you can. I don't even have the time for it. But like I said, Smelly, even the fact that you paid out Dougie doesn't mean anything for me because that's more of a reputation thing. It was almost like with me as well because when it got down to brass taxes, yeah, I had to call him out, yeah, because I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm not a very big YouTuber. In fact, far from it. I'm not even a YouTuber. But we do have a lot of crossover in our audiences, and he knows he would just get shit for it. So I'm not sure, but this is probably a very sneaky way of going around it. I don't know. Who the fuck is Kyle? It's a good question. Well, he's somebody who used to come in here quite a lot. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but if it's true, I haven't got all the facts in yet. But there has been some time since that happened. It's been almost 2 weeks. He should have his money by now. I'm saying to rob money, yeah, from a fucking homeless man is next level dirtbag shit. If you're a thief, if you're robbing from rich people, that's one thing. But stealing from people who are homeless is straight up fucking disgusting. I know for a fact that Kyle is a real person. Like I say, yeah, from what I know of Kyle, yeah, Kyle's always been a really solid dude, like really solid. He was coming in here for literally like a year. and like always respectful, always brought great conversation. And a lot of people know him within the community to say, yeah, he's a good dude. So I would honestly be surprised. I'm hoping, I'm hoping that it's just a bit of, a bit of that the money hasn't been refunded yet. And it's good. But the fact that you sent him $100 or whatever is a bit worrying to me. Do not forget what I said about Islam and JDM. Even after you win, you will still criticize him. A hater is always a hater. Funnily enough, Adolf, I'm kind of starting to lean in the other direction. I have a feeling, that Islam's gonna win that fight. I have said all along that it's gonna be razor close, and I've never shat on Islam as a fighter. The only thing I've said is I don't think he's active enough for me. And I think his CV could have been better. And I also said it's not entirely his fault. And by the way, there is no tolerance anymore on zesty, stupid shit. So if you're gonna come in and just say dumb shit that doesn't contribute to the chat, you can get the fuck out. Have a nice day. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the fight though. I think it's the best fight we've got left this year. I'm gonna stand on base and stay with JDM, but I am starting to waver. Are you British? Kind of. It's confusing, man. I'm basically Irish, but not. It's the way things are going. Ed Sheeran, what's up? I'm not ginger and ugly, bruv. Allow that, man. I mean, I'm no prize, don't get me wrong, but I'm not as ugly as that guy. And I'm nowhere near as talented as that guy. Eye pokes are the best base in MMA. They absolutely are. Did you see Joaquin Buckley doing the video about wearing swimming goggles? That shit was hilarious. How you doing, AT though, man? Shout out to you. Shut the fuck up, you little clown. No, you shut the fuck up. And like and subscribe. What happened with Kyle? So basically, Gio owed me money for... You're not going to believe it. Gio is at the center of this yet again. So Gio lost a bet to John Jones, yeah? On the night he was supposed to pay me, he tried to talk his way out of it. So I pressed him quite a bit about it. And then we agreed that he was going to send the money to Northwest. But Northwest couldn't take the money directly. So he sent the money to Kyle. Kyle sent it on to Northwest, but sent it to the wrong account. Then he's waiting for it to get refund, but now he hasn't been responding to Northwest at all. And it was like $500. Look more like Ellen with that Ed. I don't really mind, bruv. My hairline is... The reason why my hairline... I've got a normal hairline. It's just because I wear my hair up. I don't have a fringe. See, all you shits talking this mess, yeah? You're rocking fringes. But I don't need to rock a fringe because I don't want to ruin what I've got on underneath here. Irish accent, but lived in UK all life. So I've got an entirely Irish family. I was born in Ireland, but I moved to the UK like very early on, like literally when I was 1. Can you spack other languages? Absolutely not, mate. I can barely speak English, mate. McGregor, you prefer. Don't know what that means. Do you think Kamaru should retire? Nah, man, he looked fantastic in his last fight. Joaquin Buckley is legit good, and he made him look mid. Rectum, how you doing, Eamon? What's good, man? McGregor, Bo, do you mean do I like him? Do I hate him? I don't understand the question. Do I prefer McGregor over who? Are you asking if I prefer McGregor over Khabib? Is that the question? Hi, brother. I'm from India. How you doing, Journey? Nice to meet you. Whereabouts in India are you from? Welcome to the chat. I know it's very late for you in the evening, so welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Shout out to everybody. So yeah, that's the and Lane, you would have apparently loved that stream because we argued for like 3 hours. It was brutal. And then he left. Can you speak Gaelic? Nah, man, no one can talk that shit. I know a couple of sentences and whatnot, but that fairy language is dead and it deserves to be dead. It's a fucking hard language as well. It's like I've always said, yeah, if fairies existed, yeah, that's how they would sound if they spoke their own language. It is a wild language. Giddy said he sent the money to Northwest and also gave Kyle $250 just for doing the transaction. That's what he said. So basically, he sent $750 to Kyle, and Kyle was supposed to send $500 to Northwest. But then he sent it to the wrong PayPal account, and it was all mad. Yeah, which one do you prefer, McGregor or Khabib? I used to prefer McGregor, but now I would have to say that McGregor is a useless bellend, a useless druggy bellend. So now I would have to say I probably can prefer Khabib. How you doing, human? Hey, honey, what's up, dude? That's a very weird combination of things to put together. Honey and dude. I'm fine, bro. How are you? How you doing, Prashant Gujar? Nice to meet you, bro. Pleasure to have you in the stream. If you're new here, if you wouldn't mind, like I said, liking and subscribing, it would be very much appreciated. I'm trying to get this channel to 2,000 subs like as soon as possible. And we're getting there slowly but surely. I'm from Ireland, but I grew up in the UK. I've tried putting that across my screen and nobody reads it. So I'm just going to be saying it for the rest of my life. Who's a race traitor? You come in here and say out of pocket shit all the time. Can you elaborate on that? Wrong PayPal account. Yeah, so apparently Northie had 2 different PayPal accounts and he sent it to the wrong one. Actually, I listened to you for improving my English. Thanks, boss. You're going to learn, like, I wouldn't say it's the most useful English around here, but whatever helps, man. It will help you talk to the ladies, you know? Little bit of smooth syntax for you. You're welcome. Apparently that is what happened, Lane. Apparently that's the legit reason. And it's not like he's been straight up blanking him. He's been going back and forth with him. I'm hoping that Northie's just obviously he needs the money and he's in a desperate situation, so maybe he's jumping the gun a little bit, but I haven't heard the full story yet. So I'm gonna wait and see. Yo, love from Pakistan. Shout out to you, human. I've got a lot of Pakistani friends. You guys are always funny, man. And the way you talk about India is really funny. Hey, Pinkman, can I get some blue meth? How you doing, Splice Edits? I don't have any blue meth, bro. Can't you see what a clean-cut gentleman I am? Bro, can you give me the most beautiful place in the UK? It depends kind of what you're into. If you're into nature or into kind of city living, or you're into like quiet towns, it really depends. If you want to go somewhere amazing, yeah, go to Ireland, bro. Ireland is amazing. It's been longer than a week, Lane. It's been more like 2. YouTube is full of scammers. Pretty much representative of the world we live in, to be fair. Chat is real smelly right now. When is it not? Do you think fighters should retire at their prime? If they were smart, they would. I think Khabib made the right decision. I think GSP made the right decision. Get the fuck out while the going is hot. Suffering brings wisdom and wisdom brings peace. Thank you very much for that, Ashwani Kumar. Nice to see you, bro. Do you watch PUBG tournament? I don't. Can't grow beard. It's true. Lol, you are gay. I'm not Diego, and I guarantee you, Diego, yeah, I've slammed way more pussy than you have. And I've only just met you. So the fact that I'm saying that should really resonate with you. You wish like a fucking gorgeous individual like me wasn't on that side of things. But I'm sorry, man. I'm only interested in females, and we're not even competition. Which country is the best, bro? India and Pakistan. Choose one. I've never been to either, so I can't state which one. It's hard. It's hard to say. I'm doing a poo. Good for you, man. A lot of people watch this stream on the toilet, which says more about me than it does about you, to be fair. Fire brings wisdom and fireworks bring fun. Am I banned? No, you're not banned. How you doing, 4050? What's good, man? You have Nintendo Me eyes, like slanted ones. It's almost Asian-like. No, man, I'm just kind of squinting. I'm constantly sleepy. I don't have very big eyes. But yeah, Prashant, I can't really guess. I can't really do that. Frankie, do you play an instrument? I used to play the violin, and I was pretty damn good. I look like a fruity violin player, don't I? Are you mixed? Nah, I'm not. I'm not mixed. Well, not that I know about, unless my mum was up to some shit. I'm Irish through and through. I think the lighting's just terrible. Bro, do you watch cricket? I used to play cricket and I used to watch it, but nah, I don't really watch it anymore. I saw that England beat Australia today. Good for them. Or was that in rugby? I can't remember. When I'm on the toilet, I have a quick wank to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. There's a special name for that, Star Smoth. Might have to be a poll. What should the poll be? Hi, Frankie. Hope you're doing well. Adolfo, I'm I always have a smile on my face when you turn up. Yeah, Prashant, I don't watch cricket anymore, but it is a good sport. For me, yeah, it's a better sport to play than it is to watch, in my opinion. I'll say hi, Geo, but I don't really understand this 6767 meme. I still haven't seen it. I'm trying to avoid it. How you doing, Hillary Wayne? What's good, man? I'm Irish by heritage, but live in Ohio because the Irish get it done, man. The way we burst them seeds off everywhere is amazing. Chicken Alfredo or chicken frau? I think I've been asked this before. I think I went with chicken francese, but I can't remember which one's which. You look like you played a flute or two. Damn, Grey Dave. That's just harsh, man. Do you play any sports? I play badminton and I play football, soccer. And damn, I need some locks on this card. Locks don't exist, man. People are retarded, and even if they are technically and physically better than another person, a moment of stupidity can lead to a loss. I'm from Ireland, but I live in the UK. Sorry, I try to be funny. It's all right, man. You can say what you want. Bro, did you watch Money Heist? I've seen Money Heist. It's pretty good. I turned my violin to katana, so EADG, and it sounded great. It was easier to learn too. I've never thought about doing something like that. It wouldn't really feel instinctive to me. Do you consider an island a safer country than England? 100%, man. When someone gets murdered in Ireland, yeah, they're talking about it for years. But now it's kind of a little bit more frequent. I used to go there every day when I was not every day. I used to go there a couple times a year until I was 20. It's not a place where crime really happens, but now it's all gone fucked up. I have seen the Money Heist series. Can you tell me how to go live? I think you need 50 subscribers on your YouTube channel, and then it comes up as an option, as far as I know. Have you watched Breaking Bad? I have, yeah. I thought Breaking Bad was good, but I didn't really like it that much. It's not in my top 10. You should be Daniel Craig for Halloween. You mean as James Bond or like actually Daniel Craig? Elon Musk, is that you? I don't know where I get the Elon Musk thing. I don't look anything like him. Maybe it's the hair. How you doing, Jonathan Cox? What's good, man? Bro, which country girls are best? I would go with Thailand or China. It's an Asian country anyway. But I do have, like I've said on numerous occasions on this channel, the yellow plague, and I'm proud of it. I thought it was yellow fever, but then years went by and I couldn't shake it, man. Free Palestine. Shout out to you, Talib. I'm still at it. I'm almost at season 4. It's a very good show, and I can understand why so many people love it. I don't think it's number 1. How do you get a YouTube channel? Sorry, am I asking too many questions? All you got to do, yeah, you get YouTube Studio. Get YouTube Studio, which is a free app to download, and then you just post a video, and you have a channel. It's that simple. It really is that simple. Scottish redheads are the best. I mean, I did slam out one redhead in my past, and she was an absolute freak. She liked it in the back door, if you know what I'm saying. You should be Daniel Craig acting as James Bond, so it's a double costume. That's a brilliant idea. I'm not jacked enough to pull off the Daniel Craig look though, and he was a very boring James Bond. I stopped watching it once he came along. So fuck Daniel Craig, yeah. Why are white people obsessed with Asians? I don't know if they are, but I definitely am. There's no freeing anybody. Let them learn to fight it out so they can live in peace. I agree. I'm not attracted to ladyboys, and they're very distinctive. Have you been to Canada or Hawaii? They're beautiful countries and highly recommended. Quebec wasn't great, I must admit. I haven't been to either. I was due to go to Hawaii like several years ago, and they had a really, really bad volcanic eruption there, so I didn't get to go, and I haven't managed to rebook yet. Canada's on the list though. Will you marry me? Yes or no? I can't do bigamy, mate. But thanks for the offer. Thanks for thinking of me. Pierce Brosnan was a better James Bond than who, bro? He's like the 4th best at best. Do you think Liverpool beats Villa beats Liverpool? I don't. I know Liverpool have been on the slide lately, and Villa have looked good, but Villa have a fucking shocking record at Anfield. And for some reason, as we've seen with the Tottenham and Chelsea game, no matter how bad or good a team is going, history matters. Hey man, how you doing, Stark Edits? What's good, bro? Clover, you're back. How you doing? Pierce Brosnan and Sean Connery are the goated James Bonds, 100%. They're the top two. I had a soft spot for Roger Moore as well. He was goofy as fuck here, but I enjoyed you. I enjoyed it. Thank you. I hope I go famous. I hope you go famous as well, man. Scott Guy, best James Bond. Yeah, Sean Connery. Sean Connery was the best James Bond. There's no dispute in that, but it's kind of a debate as to who's number two. I would have Pierce Brosnan, even though some of his films were shit. And I enjoyed Roger Moore, but Daniel Craig ain't even in the conversation. Nah, Asian fetish is a common thing. I wonder what caused it among guys. I just think Asian women are a bit more open-minded and a bit more friendly. And they're not, there's less gold diggers in their culture. And even if they do gold dig, the level of gold digging is different. Asian culture is so different. Being interested isn't, it's more of an interest. I would say that's more of a fair thing. Did Cyril do the poke on purpose? I think so. I don't know, man, because it seemed like I don't think he was winning the fight outright, but he was doing pretty well. Do you play any games? I do play games. I mostly play chill games now because I'm an old man. Roger Moore was English. Connery was the Scottish cunt. Lad, I'm only joking. Plus, I'm a 20th of the audience. Yeah, you got a point. Sean Connery was a badass in real life too. Too manly from what... Sean Connery was the most base cunt out there. Have you seen that video of Sean Connery talking about slapping women? It's fucking amazing. Every man should listen to that video. It is the most base thing. And then when a woman tried to call him out about it, he doubled the fuck down. I think we died as a gender the day that man passed away. We need guys like that defending us. I mean, I'm not saying you should go around slapping bitches, but the way he described it was fucking beautiful. Are you allowed to do my homework? I mean, I'm allowed to, but I don't want to. I recommend Sri Lanka if you can go there for a holiday. I went to Sri Lanka for a week. While I was passing by to go to somewhere else, I really enjoyed it. You got banned here for what? And I subbed last time, for fuck's sake. What the hell are you doing a silly thing like that for, bro? I appreciate you though, man. I'm like 400 subs away from 2,000, which is crazy. It took me 2 years to get to 1,000, and then in the last like 2 months, I've gained another 500, which is mad to me. If you were eye poked and couldn't see, would you continue to fight, Frankie? Absolutely not, because I'm not retarded. Especially if I was the champion, I would take my money and fight another day. Sean Connery is based. Sean Connery is sensational. He is the man. Frank is too busy doing students' homework to get them the heck out of his class. Why would he do your homework? Do you have any celebrity crushes? Nah, I'm not a child, but I've said this once, I'll say it again. Halle Berry would still get a stick or two. Or three. She has maintained her beauty and she still looks bangable at 60 years old, which is a hell of a fucking achievement. Sean Connery said he slapped all of his wives when it was necessary. Fucking legend. And sometimes it is fucking necessary because women love to talk and go too far because they know, yeah, that they're not going to get a slap. So I think sometimes you've got to show just a little backhand. I'm not saying ground and pound a bitch. I'm saying just show her a little power. You know, maybe shake her. Like, fuck you doing? Did you do the elephant orphanage there? I didn't, but I saw an elephant sanctuary in Thailand, which was unbelievable. He was right because that's his wife's business. If there was any problem, she'd handle it with the police. It's not some news reporter's job to try and villainize you. And that's exactly what they tried to do, Starsmoth, 100%. But Sean Connery stood on base, and he will always go down as a legend in my mind for that very reason. I'm going to go back to Sri Lanka, though, because I didn't get a chance to see it properly. I think you need to do at least 3 weeks there. These Tom haters who think he was faking it are pissing me. It's just rage bait. It's rage bait. And it's because Tom is not in the UFC's good graces right now. I'm more angry at the fighters that are coming out and talking shit about it. Aljo, of all people, was a funny one. Would you go into the military if your life depended on it and fight the whole entire military until you can't? I would. If Ireland went to war, I would go. If England went to war, they could suck my actual dick. Tom Cruise's ex-Irish wife still hot. Is she Irish? What was her name again? The one who was in Batman. Or do you mean Nicole Kidman? Nicole Kidman's not Irish. I recommend India, Goa. Mumbai was very tourist and fake-ish. I don't like India, but the food is amazing. Indian food is goated, I have to say. Tone K, have a great fucking day, man. Much love to you. Maximum respect. I've heard Goa is like Goa is in GOA, yeah. The girl that I was banging, or the woman that I was banging back in the day, the one with the big knockers that I told everyone about, I think she was from Goa. I wasn't really listening when she told me because let's face it, when a woman's talking, it's very, very hard to pay attention. Wait, isn't it the United Kingdom though? I thought they all share the same army or something. Fuck off, bro. That's Northern Ireland. I'm from the dirty South, the Republic of Ireland. Independent country. Nicole said Irish. Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman's Australian, mate. I'm not going to do a John Jones impression. What's your body count? You've asked me this before. I don't know my exact body count because that would be weird. However, it's more than it should be. Hit the like button, you dirty bastard. Bro, constantly making shit up. I've never made anything up in my life. Because the thing is, Sammy, I don't really give a fuck what people think of me. And I say things that are equally goated and equally embarrassing. Because I've done some stupid shit in my life. I don't self-glaze. And everything I've done is verifiable. Would you fly out of an airplane, or I would rather fly out of an airplane? Because if a bungee jump goes wrong, it's more like, oh shit, bang. Whereas if you fall out of an airplane, at least you can enjoy the view, yeah, before you get turned into a fucking pancake. I'm in the free state right now. I can hear your English. So Southern and Northern Ireland have beef. They kind of have beef. It's like a religious. It's kind of a religious thing a little bit, but it's more about borders. Frankie's body count is 5,000. It's not that many. No, nobody has that many unless you're. There are some bitches out there who have that many. I would say it's a few hundred. Very funny, Smelly. Very funny. The like button was talking to me. It said you gave those 6. It said, you see those 6 guys over there? They'll be afraid I'll hit them back. Better go teach you a lesson. Smack the shit out of that like button. Thank you for sorry, Crystal. You always find a very poetic way of getting it done. Yeah, they kind of have beef, but it's more because it's complicated. Part of it's religion. There was a Northern Irish guy in here the other day who explained it way better than I could. But it's basically like it has to do with religion. It has to do with some parts of the Northern Ireland wanting to be part of Britain and us wanting to be part of a unified Ireland. We are an island. But anyway. My body count is quite embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. It's not something that I'm proud of. How to not give a fuck in life. What you got to do, HA, you've got to fake it and 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 fake it. And then eventually it becomes true. I bet yours is not more than 10, bro. That's, again, if you think that, that's perfectly fine with me. It's not something to be proud of. Thing is, yeah, Sam, what you realize very early, when you're young, yeah, you put the pussy on a pedestal, yeah, and you seem to think it's like a hard thing to achieve. It's not. Because girls want to fuck as well. It's not that hard. How you doing, Ankush? What's good, man? Shout out to you. Ireland has gone to the dogs. It absolutely has. I'm sorry to say it. Wait, I saw you today at the lesbian support group at the chicken shop basement. Hi, I'm Lauren. Remember me? How you doing, Lauren? Eternal Sunshine is a great movie, by the way. So while you come in here insulting me and trying to say like I look like a lesbian, which to be fair is the most on the nose fucking insult I've ever had in here. So shout out to you, because that's actually, I'm surprised somebody hasn't called me a lesbian sooner. But great name, by the way. What a fantastic movie Eternal Sunshine is. Do you think there's a possibility that one day conflict will start up again for Ireland's independence? 100%. Things are at boiling point there. Things are absolutely at boiling point. They're definitely going to kick off. Free State, I thought you was a Chuck. You lot make me feel really dumb sometimes, and I'm really not. Wait, it's just a copy and paste. I'm sorry, it's not a direct shot. I'm just joking, Eternal Sunshine. It's fine. Calling somebody a lesbian that looks like I do is hilarious. How you doing, Hayden McGilligan, my guy? What's going on? How to cut off a friendship with somebody? Tell them to fuck off, or fuck their mum, or fuck their girl. I came out of those way too quickly. Kind of shows what a bad person I am. Shout out to you though, Hayden McGilligan. I'm looking forward to having a chat tomorrow. Are you a mathematician? I couldn't be further from a mathematician. No, Irish people are more likely to put the past behind them nowadays because of immigration. It's true. Hi, what are we talking about today? Tosca, we're talking about whatever the fuck you want to talk about, bro. Hello, where you from? I'm Irish, but I grew up in London, southwest London, the dirty south, a place called Clapham. Do you like watching horror movies? Like, I don't really like watching horror movies in the same way, that I don't like eating food that's too spicy. I don't get it. Why would you want to be scared? And why would you want to burn your mouth to smithereens? I don't understand it. Free from British rule. We've got bigger problems than British rule, mate. Last time you touched Punani was when you were thrust from your mother's lobster trap. Is that directed at me? That hurts. How do you feel about the Pajit problem in Canada? I feel absolutely nothing about it, mate, because I don't live in Canada. I fucked my best friend's mum. Now we talk even more. Nice. Nice. Baked, my brother. Just had an XL mixed grill, easily done after some Cali, my guy. I really want to smoke tonight. I would love to. Frankie's been growing some new peppers just for you. Frankie, you gonna dual stream? Because I ain't going to Musical's chat. Nah, I'm going into his channel. So he's got like music. He's got like but I think Brutally might be dual streaming with him, so you can go into him. Is Darren still valid over there? He is, man. I mean, that Misfit stuff is actually doing okay in the UK. For some reason, we seem to be entertained by it. And to be fair, it is quite good. It's fairly entertaining. The Irish have teamed up and now dealing with Muslims, I heard. Both sides found common ground. Well, this is exactly what's going to happen. Irish people come across soft, yeah, but we are far from it. How do you know about the India-Pakistani beef? Because I've got Indian friends and I've got Pakistani friends. I'm going to be honest, though. Pakistan talks way more shit about India than the other way around, from what I've seen. Frankie is vanilla. It's fine, man. What's your political ideology? I don't have one. Do you have any Muslim friends? I do, man. I've got many Muslim friends. I've got Muslim members of my family. You guys on the Sharia law yet? Not yet, man, but it's well underway. Are you able to do a Jamaican accent? I am, yeah, but it's one of the accents, I've got to be honest, that I hate the most, yeah. I think patois, in particular, is the most cringy, annoying shit in existence. And I hate that they call it a language. Pisses me off. But I hope Jamaica gets through all the problems they're going through right now. Vanilla as fuck. That's fine by me, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to fuck you, bro. I don't give a fuck. You can think I'm gay. You can think my body count is. In fact, I would prefer that my body count was 5 or 10 or whatever you said it was. And then after that, I cheated on her and fucked her mum. It's based. Have you ever been with a hijabi girl? Well, I lived in Qatar for 2 years. I've got a story about that. That's kind of fucked up. But I was hit on by a Muslim. I was working at a school at the time. It was a Muslim woman who was a parent to one of my kids. And she got my number while I was outside having a cigarette one day. And then she started messaging me. And it was all innocent at the beginning. Then randomly out of the blue, she said, oh, like, do you want to see a picture of me? And I was like, yeah, all right. And then she sent me the most fucking outrageous picture of some big ass titties and her basically fudding herself off. It was hard to go back after that. I'm going to be honest. Anyway, I digress. How you doing, Blake Stay? What's good? What's good, bro? What if Seth Green wasn't really green? Don't understand the question. Your favorite sport? It's football and MMA, but I like basketball as well. I think you're a genuine and happy lesbian man. I am I love it, man. That's actually fine. What's her mum's name? Interesting question. Elaborate. What's your opinion on those Muslims who are trying to modify the UK? I don't think anyone should come to anyone's country and try and lay down their fucking stuff on people. Do your thing in your own home. That's fine. Don't try to rub it in people's faces, you cunt. Oh no, you lived in Qatar. Isn't that where they pay models? No, that's in Dubai. That's in Dubai. Qatar was actually really nice. It was hot as fuck, but I'd imagine every story in Qatar is kind of fucked up. Nah, man. I mean, yeah, a bit. Did she poo on you? No, that's Dubai, man. Vikram, how you doing, bro? Swami on decks. Nice to see you, man. Where are you from and what's your story? Hi, brother. Myself, Jobbit from India. Nice to meet you, Sir Lilies. A pleasure to meet you. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Frankie, go look at Musical right now. Is he online already? Yeah. Let's have a look. Has anyone joined his live? By the way, yeah, has UFC started yet? Let's have it. Yeah. He looks fantastic. I forgot. Yeah, he asked me to wear a costume, but I don't have one. It was just tits and a hijab. No, it was the whole show. It was the whole. There was no hijab on. Obviously, she was in a hijab while she met me, but she took that off real quick. It didn't take her long to get into the into those kind of messages, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, you're confusing Dubai, but Qatar has some fucked up people there as well. I'll keep it real. Frankie was turned off by her female body part, smelly fingers. That's totally unnecessary. You know how your boy goes down. Actually, Iran and Qatar fund these radical Islamists to create a civil war. It wouldn't surprise me. But this is the thing is that America and well, the West in general can't complain now that we've given all that money to those kind of countries. Hi, Professor. I came back to your live up. VMR edits. It's been a while. I remember you. Of course I do. Hope you're well. It's my birthday today. I just turned 17. We're going to let you off on that one because 17 isn't exactly a child, but this is generally an 18 and above place. Where are you from? Channel 1846. I am from Ireland, but I grew up in the UK. Bro, I am Indian and I like UFC. Mute. Shout out to your two Indian fighters. They haven't quite got the job done yet, but shout out to them. Happy birthday, Jordan. I think you might have been kicked out anyway. Whoever said they were 17, I think they're gone. Oh well. It is what it is. Vikram, how you doing, man? I can't speak whatever language that is. Metal or hip hop? Hip hop, bro. Metal is just mess. Peso Plumo, is that you? Oh, and you call yourself after a fucking anime, and you're coming at me with Peso Pluma. I don't know what Peso Pluma is. Is that like a diss? I'm not sure. I'm gonna take it as a compliment. I'm in that kind of mood tonight. Opinion on Trump. I mean, he's funny. He's funny as fuck, but I wouldn't want him in charge of my country. What advice would you give to a 17-year-old? It depends what situation they're in. How you doing, MX bot? I'm Indian. Gujarat Siho. Sweet. Is anyone going to answer my question? Has the fucking UFC started yet or what? You guys are being really unhelpful right now. You got to love a president that keeps his mugshot up in the Oval Office. I mean, your alternative was what? Kamala Harris. She would have been awful. She would have been awful. MX bot, be nice here. Not all Indians are scammers. It's only about 50%. Best advice to a 17-year-old is get that money. I disagree, man. There's more important things than money, but I guess I can say that. Oh, it's fucking started. Jesus Christ. Thank you, man. I'm glad somebody's paying attention. It hasn't started quite yet, but it's about to, yeah? All right, let's go. Let's pop this up. It has started, you fucking liars. Your favorite football club, Newcastle United. I'm about to leave, but when you do go live, shout out to you for coming in here tonight, man. I appreciate it. Kamala Harris is of Indian origin. I don't think she is, bro. I think you've got your facts wrong about that one. She would have laughed her way through the presidency. Imagine if she'd won. That would have been embarrassing. Well, Trump is owning Irish. Pay bills for weapons, beggars. Is that true? Is that true? 50%. I was joking. It's not 50%. I'm not English. I'm sorry. It's fine, man. Most of the people in here aren't English. I'm at 240. I'm at 240 as well. I don't know which bitch is which. I'll be honest. I don't really care about this fight. I'm going to have it on in the background. Shout out to the 8%. Shout out to all the men pretending to be women in here. Shout out to you. Nah, bro, I'm from Bangladesh and I know well about India. Fair play, MX bot. Fair play. I had one Bangladeshi friend in my life and he was a snake in the grass. But we were good friends for about 3 years and he revealed what a little snake he was. Yeah, bro, Kamala Harris's mum is Indian. Would you bang her? Just like a side question. She looks terrible. Garcia will beat Onama. I 100% agree. I've got Garcia in my parlay. I'm fairly confident. I'm too English and proud to be. Are you like English though? Have you got a little bit of that Irish blood in you as well? This is not about old US peoples who are going to get scammed by PC in their bank account. I'm telling you about India's government. But what government can you say is good for their people? Which one? Why does everyone have rude behavior about India? The thing is, Ankush, and this is unfair. I'm going to be honest with you. It is unfair, but Indians are kind of known in other countries for being, let's just say, culturally a little bit rude, especially when it comes to things like queuing. But also, Indians are kind of known for scamming. Whenever you get a phone call and there's an Indian on the other line saying it's Microsoft, they're usually trying to get into your PC and steal your money. But that doesn't mean, yeah, that all Indians are like that. But that's the impression that a lot of people in our countries get about India. And that's why we make fun of you all the time. I personally don't feel that way. I've got loads of Indian friends, and they're some of the best friends I've got. And I've never been to India as a country. And I know people who have been there. Some people say it's amazing. Some people say it's awful, crowded and shitty. And also they get scammed there as well. Grandparents are from Cork Island. We might be related, you know. The government is scamming with the country, but which government doesn't scam their people? My pecker doesn't discriminate. That's a pretty zesty thing to say, smelly fingers. I discriminate. I discriminate against anuses and beings that have penises. How about that? I don't care if you think I'm racist. I'm just explaining the situation. I didn't say that's my opinion. I said that's what people think. Born, dragged up, and gonna die in England. Respect. The Israeli government. That's a funny thing to say. What are the political parties in the UK? So you've got Liberal Democrat, you've got Labour, you've got Conservative, and then you've got a few like Monster Looney. You've got what's that one in the UK Independence Party? There's a few, but basically the only party that really ever wins is either Labour or Conservative. Although there have been times when they've done a coalition government. That's where two major parties come together to get a majority, and then they take over. And that happened with the Conservatives and Liberal Democrats about 12 years ago. Actually, that is, you've never been to India. If you've ever been, just make a series, okay? Then please pin my comment that I'm saying about it. 100% you will be scammed. I mean, I've heard different things. I had a friend of mine who went there for like 6 months and loved it, didn't want to leave. And he said he never got scammed. But I know an Indian guy who grew up in England, went to India, and he got scammed. So, you know, aside from all the MMA, who do y'all think is the last man standing? Homelander or Billy Butcher? It's going to be Billy Butcher, isn't it? Because that's just how things go. And there's a comic book, isn't there? Two potties. How you doing, Aaron Capricorn? I've seen you around before. How you doing, brother? We were talking about women's races. Yeah, well, smelly fingers, that you didn't specify, mate. You said your dick doesn't discriminate against anyone. Your words, mate. Your fucking words. Don't worry. In some years, we will rule the UK and we'll show you who is Allah, motherfucker. I'm not anti-Muslim as well. Why are you bringing that heat to me? I'm not even English, bro. Are you named Krusty Krab? Nah. Ricky Hatton or Tyson Fury? Ricky Hatton all day long. That's a ridiculous question. Tyson Fury is a fucking wet wipe. Angel, I answered that question. Lib Dem, Labour, Conservative, Monster Looney, UK Independent Party. There's a few. Frank, I think we need a new policy. No vertical streams on Saturday. I'll think about it. A word about boycott. What about it? English first, British second. English can say that though, because Britain is, you know, I'm anti-Muslim, anti-Jew, anti-brown. At least you're consistent. The amount of scams White did against the Indians is still much less. Much less. I think the Indians have made up way more for that, in my opinion. Johnny Sin. Who the fuck is Johnny Sin? I say, pretending I don't know. How you doing, Scotty Manny? Shout out to you, bro. Where are you from? Cooking using street food with street dirt and ice, then they had under their feet is too culturally diverse for me. Wash your mouth. I'm very clean, sir. I fear nobody. Nice. Oh, you're teaching me more language. I appreciate that. Frankie, I'm friends with an autistic Japanese man and some crazy Swedish woman in a graveyard. Jesus Christ, that is random as fuck. Who's winning this fight, by the way? Because it's not really grabbing my attention. I'll be honest. Do you know Gandu? Do you mean Gandhi? No, I don't know who Gandu is. India banned TikTok. Otherwise, you Western guys not brainwashed by Bangladesh and Pakistan native spread about India. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not talking shit about India. I was asked a question. They said, "Why do you people hate India?" I didn't say I hate India. I was giving my opinion as to why that might be the case. Daniel Dubois or Lennox Lewis, bro. Daniel Dubois looks like that. You know those Goombas from Do you remember the Mario movie? The Mario movie back in the day. They look like a Goomba from that. He looks like a Goomba from that, and he's not very good. Lennox Lewis was actually very, very good. Are you tilted towards JDM for 322? I'm starting to change my mind here, but I'm gonna stand on base with JDM. Watch your language. What do you mean? I'm just repeating what people are saying. Yeah, you can see average guy from his country, India, is trying to defend his country and trying to hide his dirtiness and bad things and push it into other countries. But he's the biggest thing about. What's the thing about? Fire is the best politician. Yeah, Alan Carr does look like she's fucking her up. She's throwing knees, looking good. Can you praise Allah to combat the Islamophobia spread by the current racist regime? I've got a lot of respect for the Islamic religion, but that's all I'm going to say. I am back. How you doing, bro? Sorry for you, Indian brother, but it's not about your dirtiness and other things. It's about the cursion of your country. Those are pretty fierce words. Listen to you. I'm reading chats out. Yeah, this is not my opinion. You need to calm down. Do you know? No, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, bro. Angel Rivera, I've answered this question about 4 times already. I'm going to type it in the chat. Labour, Conservative, Liberal Democrats. Those are the main 3. Rah, rah, Rasputin. All right, shout out to you. India is a great country with 0 civic sense peoples. Johnny and my Khalifa. Fucking hell, what is going on? Frankie, a graveyard versus an autistic Japanese man. Who wins? A grave... You mean a place versus an... Oh, can you give me the full details on that one? Actually, the European Union acts more communist than China. In what sense? Remember, without India, there's no tech in the world. You really think that's true? Because I don't agree with that. What makes you think that? How you doing, Monarch? What's good, bro? Remember, what is your opinion about Hinduism? I don't know that much about it, to be honest. I really don't, so I can't really formulate an opinion. Can you please pay me $500? I'm not doing that anymore. Is it over? No, it's not over. Damn it. Hey, big brother, love from India. Shout out to you, Kaif Ansari. Nice to have you here, sir. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. What political party do you support? None of them. None of them, bro. I've never voted in my life. They're all lying bastards. Hello. How you doing, Asharad? How you doing, man? He's probably going to say Google, YouTube, Microsoft, Adobe, and a few other big tech CEOs are Indians. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, though, does it? He's acting like they invented technology. It's ridiculous. Bye. Take it easy, Vikram. Again, I'm not shitting on India. I'm just reading chats out. Do you think migrants should be sent back? No. If you came here legally, you're welcome to stay. If you came over here illegally and you're committing crime, you can get the fuck out. We need an Islamic party. I mean, it's not far off, is it? I think an Islamic party would do quite well in the UK. But there's not the amount of Muslim people in the UK that people think there are. I'd say it's 5%. Where watch Alan Coffey? Why is your face red? I'm white. And it's hot in here. And my face ain't red. Your thoughts on Brad Pitt? He's a good actor. A very good actor. I like him. What should be one's ultimate goal to pursue in life? Do what you love and look after the people who love you. That's what I would say. That's what I would go for. This actually looks like a scrap, to be fair. Alan Carr and Carnolosi are throwing hands right now, and I'm liking it. Bud, I'm from India too. Please don't take the questions and statements of my fellow brothers. It's 2 a.m. now, and most of the people are not educated who are awake now. No, I'm just reading out what people are saying. I don't have an opinion. What if they came here illegally, but they're working under the table? I don't mind that. If they've come here illegally, but they're not committing crimes, I would say, yeah. We don't use a heater. We use something called central heating, which is basically the same thing, but it's like a heating system in the whole house that you turn on. Why is Sadiq Khan hated so much? I'm not aware that he is. We've had way worse mayors than Sadiq Khan. I think he was actually somewhat liked. Bangladesh and Pakistan have dirty railways and dirty street food, but Western guys, you think that videos are from India. Pakistan and Bangladesh and India, I know that they're different countries. Of course they are. I personally don't think that. I love how he answers most random questions. You've got to, bro. I don't run away from anything. What is success? Success is happiness. Success is health. You look less pink today. Thank you very much. Working under the table doing what, Moon P? What's going on, bro? You know what? The working under the table thing, yeah. I should have made a comment about it, but I decided to let it go. Because I was thinking sucking or wanking dicks, but I decided to let it go. Because I've pissed off the Indian community too much today. And all I was doing was reading back chats. That was it. Chess originated in India and gained popularity. What is that your claim to fame? Fucking chess. Jesus Christ. You listen to Central C or Digger D. I don't listen to shit rap, bro. So basically, I don't listen to any rap that comes from the UK, pretty much. What's your take on illegals voting? US is purging more and more from the voter rolls. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. Have you watched any one championship matches? If so, which one do you like? I personally haven't watched them, but I would like to watch some of their matches for DJ. My favorite one championship fighter to watch is Stamp Fairtex, and it's not just because she's a good fighter; it's because she's got cake and she's kind of cute. But one championship is really good, and I like it because it's more kickboxing based. What do you do, friend? I'm an educator. I'm educating you right now. What do you think about Carl Jung? That name rings a bell. Carl Jung. Swiss psychiatrist and psychotherapist. You're gonna have to come back to me another time for my opinion. Are you Verda? This ancient Indian. Did you just go Destroyer? Did you go into Google and type in what has India contributed to the world? Because you're trying really hard right now. I've got to give you credit. Can you please go to the Google and search only India, nothing else, and write India? If you can just add the environment also. An Indian origin American CEO scammed $500 million from BlackRock, but the news isn't clear. Alan Carr fight over 2.5 hit. I mean, that was the wisest thing you could have done today. Women's fights tend to go over 2.5. Prince Nazim or Amir Khan? Prince Nazim all day long. Amir Khan has no chin. He's a glass-chinned little bitch. But to be fair, he did fight some good comp. Prince Nazim is one of the greatest fighters of all time. What Christian denomination are you? I was raised as a Catholic, but I wouldn't say I'm a Catholic now. But I still carry that Catholic guilt. You never quite let go of it. What do you think when people say it's mixed martial arts? If you want to watch punches and kicks, go watch kickboxing. Whenever you criticize Daggy fighters for only wrestling, I think that they are correct. There's nothing wrong with wrestling. The only thing I hate with wrestling is when people lay and pray. I think when people are trying to advance position or trying to finish the fight, wrestling's amazing. I really do. But when people get into an advantageous position and they do nothing with it but stall the fight, that's when I don't like it. But I would disagree with that. I mean, I would agree with it. If you don't like MMA because of the wrestling side of it, go and watch kickboxing. I would agree with that. But if you're making the point that lay and praying is awful, then you're correct. Did I just watch you detecting another AI response? May get promoted to detective at this rate. I'm still here just working in the background on wheels for my van. You legend, man. The fact that you're listening to me while you're doing your job is just amazing to me. By the way, if you guys wouldn't mind, once again, liking the stream. If you are new here, please do subscribe. We are gathering quite a big following here. We're galloping towards 2,000 subscribers. It's amazing, and I would appreciate you being part of that journey. Wrestling is homoerotic. It is a little bit. I have one question. Can you help me understand what is mind? What do you mean? Can you elaborate on that? That is quite a generic statement. It's 7:30 a.m. in Australia. How you doing, Euro? What's good, man? I'm going to hang around here for about another 20 minutes, and then I am joining a panel with musical MMA. Let me just see if he's got the panel going right now. Hang on, go to live. Oh, damn, it's gone off. Has he stopped streaming? Has he stopped streaming? I'm gonna wait for him to come back on. Here, teammate, just is in the shop. Shout out to you, bro. Bro, don't leave or hate your culture. Culture existed long before religious ideologies. Later, religions adopted it and represented it as their own. That's a very fair statement. Wrestlers versus boxers, who would win in a street fight? It depends on who was there. If it was one-on-one, I'd go with the wrestler. But if there was multiple people around, wrestling is just going to get your head stomped in. Thoughts on Trenbolone math? No clue what that is, bro. Bro, don't fuck with my head now, yeah? It's late. It's late, bro. So, Alan, who gets to win? Alan Carr, good performance. She beat the fuck out of that bitch. Who is Prince Harry's dad? James Hewitt. USA and China and UK era ended. Next decade, India is going to be number one in every aspect across the world. Definitely India is going to rule the world in the next 2 decades. I'm sorry, VMR. I hate to disagree with you, but China are way ahead of you. Way ahead. It's going to be China, bro. China are putting in moves. India has too much internal problems going on, whereas China is fucking galloping away at the moment. India is India's a sleeper, though. It will be probably between those two because you just got so many people and you're making moves. But I think China's ahead of you significantly. How you doing, AMCB81 Vignesh? Happy birthday to you. It's not my birthday, but thank you very much. Trenbolone is roids, but you added the math to it. I don't really have a problem with people that want to take roids. Like every knowledge that we acquire is there because we have mind. The question is, what is the mind? So, okay. It's a hard thing to quantify, I guess. Because obviously our personalities are I think it's complicated, yeah, because obviously our personalities are dictated by, I think we inherit personality traits from our parents and their parents before them and that kind of stuff. But also our environment and our experiences make up a lot of what our personality dictates as well. So I don't know, it's tough. It's a good question though. Do you know Virat Kohli? I don't. Can you tell me anything about him? I'm very interested to know. I love having you here, by the way, VMR. I hope you're not insulted by me saying I think China is further ahead. Bruh, China is 100 years ahead by India. I wouldn't go as far as to say 100 years, but it's several decades. My birthday was actually a couple days ago, so you're not far off. Best Hollywood actor. I'd have to go with somebody who's pretty diverse. The first name that came to mind is Daniel Day-Lewis. But like, I don't really believe that. What's your opinion on Blue Beam? Blue Beam. Why did it change? A PDF software used in the construction industry. Project Blue Beam. A conspiracy theory about a staged alien invasion. Nothing. I feel nothing about that. Hi, bro. Pravin, how you doing, bro? Europeans can sleep with peace because if World War III happens, it would be in the Middle East. Well, if World War III happens, it's going to affect all of us, isn't it? All right, Seok Hyun Ko is now fighting. This should be very interesting because this guy is actually a beast. I'm trying to hang out and see what's happening with musical MMA. I think he's online live now. I think he's back. Virat is just a cricket player. Cool. Hey man, how you doing? Be Fit Legends. What's good, man? Is that a YouTube channel or something? Virat Kohli is the third most followed athlete on Instagram after. So I'm assuming he's a cricket player, yeah? I mean, cricket is hugely popular over there. Do you like slasher movies? Nah, man, I'm not some sadist. Virat Kohli is an Indian cricketer. He's like Indian Connor. He has 274 million followers on Instagram. He's famous, mate. Sounds good, man. I don't mean an insult that I don't know who he is, but I'm not really a big cricket fan. I used to play the game when I was younger, and I think it's a great sport. It's just not something that I have time to watch anymore. I don't have 5-6 hours to dedicate to a cricket match. That NASA, in collaboration with global elites, is plotting to use advanced technology to that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, again, my view on like aliens and stuff, I do believe that aliens are out there. I do think we've made contact, but I've got no evidence to support that. Yeah, I am going to be heading over to Musical's link at some point, probably in the next 20 minutes or so. The British gave cricket to the world. You're fucking welcome. Do you watch Matan Evans' podcast? His podcast with Rampage is funny as fuck. I've seen a few little bits from it. I have. We don't care about Bollywood, mate. I don't think it's Bollywood. Bollywood certainly does have its own distinct style. The goal is to manipulate the public in accepting a new world order, a single totalitarian government led by an antichrist figure. The theory was first introduced in 1990. What evidence is there to support that, though? That's the only thing I would say to that. When is the Christmas coming? Thinking about, what, 2 months? Why are bros so obsessed with India? We have quite a few Indian subscribers on this channel now. We've been getting a lot more recently. So naturally, they want to state their opinion. The British looted an estimated 45 trillion from India between 1965 and 1938. The total amount is 17 times Britain's. Imagine if this not happened. You should have defended your shit then, bro. I'm joking. Look, the thing is, yeah, I'm not standing up for the British because I'm not British. I'm Irish. And they did some fucked up stuff to us as well. It's fascinating that China has achieved so much in just about 3.5 decades. Well, they had a lot to recover from. China obviously went through the Mao era, which was very, very devastating for China on the whole. But what they've achieved, as you said, in the last 3 decades has been nothing short of remarkable. China is very, very self-sufficient, and not very many nations can say that. In fact, I don't know any nations that if everyone shut off their borders right now, China would keep thriving, whereas everyone else would be in the shitter. Should Grinch steal Dana White's nose powder instead of Christmas and save UFC? Oh my God, Philip Rowe has a 10-inch reach advantage. And he's got 10 inches longer arms as well. Fucking hell. That was a bad joke. Frankie, my autistic Japanese friend denies he's autistic. How do I convince him he's autistic? You can't. You can't. The whole thing of being autistic is the oblivion about it. Actually, that's not true because I've got a colleague that's autistic and he tells me he manages to fit it into every sentence. Let the brother be in it. Let him live. Indians aren't able to teach TEFL in most countries. That's an interesting thing to say. What do you mean they're not allowed to teach it? What do you mean they aren't able to teach it? How you doing, Sabir Saab? What does it feel like living in the UK as an Irish person? They just think I'm Brit. They just think I'm English because of my voice. So it doesn't really affect me in any way. Why don't Indian people use indoor bathrooms? I think they do now, bro. That's an unfair thing to say. One toilet for every man. Wasn't that Modi's campaign? China will thrive because of its large population. They're also very organized and very efficient in what they do. All right, our Korean brothers now about to fight fucking Roe. This should be good. TEFL TESOL is like an English learning language course, I think. Dismantling religions, fabricating archaeological discoveries or artificial earthquakes at precise locations. I do think here that the government does manipulate the weather, or there's a group manipulating the weather and doing things. Water bottle. People get me to say water bottle on every single fucking stream. Do you know me, Frankie? I do know you. Of course I know you. You're Batman. You Batman. Khabib and Conor. Who is the best? Well, Khabib, obviously. And the South Korean guy's taking him down. That did not take fucking long. But he has got the neck. He's got the neck and he's out. I know nobody gives a shit about this. That was a great takedown by Ko. Can Juice, Como, and Loco and Ingeleras translate it? I can't be bothered, man. I cannot be asked. We used it, mate, but in village area, nah, just bullshit India. It's a preet country, like 1 inch, one side rich, one side poor. Steve Collins or Mickey Ward? I don't have an answer. I did finish Monster and I was very impressed. I still haven't figured out if I like the ending or not, though. Say cup of tea. Cup of tea. Who is the 5th largest economy in the world? No idea. No fucking idea, mate. Yeah, China rose on the graves of 80 million Chinese. Mao was a ruthless ruler, and China we see today isn't the actual size of historical China. Yeah, the Mao era did a lot of damage. Do you know about the Chinese torture on domestic animals like cats and dogs until 2001? I don't know about that. I lived in China during that time, and I didn't see any of that shit. Did you read any books translated from Gaelic? No, I haven't. I probably should, though. India has a 100% corrupted government. I've got some bad news for you, notification. Every government is corrupt. I'm sorry to be the one to break the news to you. All right, so Ko is now beating the shit out of Philip Rowe, which I said would probably happen. I said he'd wrestle him and take him down and slowly make love to him. And that's exactly what we're seeing. I'm going to subscribe. This guy is real talk. Shout out to you, H. I appreciate that. What I really want in this channel, yeah, I just want people who talk a lot of sense and don't get easily offended, because often I read out chats and people think I'm stating my opinion. That's not what I'm doing. I'm reading out the chat and then I'm reacting to what I think. China creates many innovative products, but the problem is they often don't last long. In India, Chinese products generally have a bad reputation. It depends where you're getting them from. I mean, if you don't pay, if you get things very, very cheap, you kind of have to expect, you can't blame when that goes down. China doesn't just create innovative products, though. What they do is they steal other products because they don't care about patents. They don't care about licensing. They make it their own shit and they make it better. Shout out to China. They're thieves and they don't care. China and India have the same population, but China is so far ahead of them. If you're Indian, and this isn't an insult, if you're Indian and you think you're ahead of China, you're delusional. You are delusional. China is decades ahead of India. What do you mean? Around 10 million dogs and cats were slaughtered annually just for That's not true. That's absolutely not true. There are many reasons why India has not become developed, including population growth, poverty, corruption, lack of education, and excessive dependence on agriculture. Those are very valid reasons. I'd say there's more reasons behind it. Also, India is very, very diverse as well within their own boundaries. Not all Indians are culturally the same. Which weight class do you think is more troubled in the UFC apart from the heavyweight division? Middleweight right now, because Hamzat's champion. Who's recorded the most knockouts in UFC history? I believe it's Derek Lewis. Conor is better, mate. Maybe I know Khabib is undefeated, but Conor is double champ, 19 knockouts. I mean, Conor had some questionable losses along the way, though. Sabir, I think it's Derek Lewis, but I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Derek Lewis. That is the most dangerous truth about India and China head to head. It's not even a competition. I'm just going to keep it real with you. China are on another level to India. How you doing? How you doing, Shrey Sharma? What's good, man? Sending you love like always, my dog. Much love to you as well, man. Always happy to have you back here. And I don't mean that as an insult to India, because I think China is miles ahead of loads of countries. And India certainly has, they're making waves. There's no doubt about that. India has certainly become, but I think I said the Indians were like crabs. And again, the reason why I meant that is because India is too busy clawing all over each other to get on top, to get out, is what I'm saying. Whereas Chinese work pretty well together. And they're kind of moving in the same. Which fighter was the first to hold UFC gold in 2 different weight classes? I think it was Conor McGregor. I'm pretty sure it was. You can't even imagine their competition because India is already out of it. It's at the point here where they'll never catch up. They won't. But that's nothing to be ashamed of at all. Frankie, China had Muslims since the 7th century. Tahui Muslims are ethnic groups of China. They are. That's absolutely true. India talks, China works. God damn. I'd like to point out that I am a little bit biased here. I've got 3 children. They're all half Chinese. I lived in China. Yeah, but Sabir, knockouts aren't everything in MMA. I do think Conor McGregor fought better competition than Khabib, though. Bro, if you've got to be a citizen of one country, India or Pakistan, which one will you choose? I don't know enough about either to be able to make a informed choice, to be honest. India's fucking 1.46 billion population with #1 spot. It's not factually true. China has the highest population of middle-class people in the world, and it's not even close. It's not even close. India is a great nation for many reasons, but China is streets ahead. Oh, now Ko is just popping his face off. Brother, Levan Sagastanishvili is a real beast in arm wrestling. Who's that? The only guy I know is that Canadian dude. I've got to say, Koye is putting on a hell of a performance right now. Shout out to this South Korean murderer. Hola, how you doing, bro? Again, I'm not shitting on India. What do you think about Dagestani fighters? I think they're amazing athletes. I think I think the way that they fight is often very. I think they're evolving. I think Dagestani fighters are always known for their wrestling, but they are very good combat athletes. Very good. And I appreciate what they brought to MMA. In which dazzling city is known for the bright lights and big feet does the UFC called home? Are you just giving me trivia right now? It's Las Vegas, right? Comparing India with China is like comparing British food with Chinese food. That's harsh, mate. Hey, dude, Bangalore in India is actually ahead of Shenzhen, China in global tech city rankings. Don't just take my word for it. But again, that doesn't justify the fact that China is streets ahead globally, economically. It's incomparable. What you're saying is, I lived in Shenzhen. I'm not saying that India doesn't have an amazing reputation for tech, but there is a greater amount of poverty in India by far than there is in China, and it's not even close. China makes more GDP. Oh, what is this? Oh, nice. Did you find the beans? Shout out to you. Service with a smile. Bangalore is dog shit compared to Shenzhen City. Stay on your league. Stop comparing yourself with civilized place like China. I've never been to Bangalore, but I lived in Shenzhen, and it's beautiful. I mean, they say it's the tech city leader in China, but I didn't really see that much evidence of that because a lot of it obviously goes on within the companies. You don't see it that much in the day-to-day living in the city. I think Dennis is the strongest arm wrestler ever. Arm wrestling is more about I mean, I know power is important, but technique is so important, and mind games and that shit is so important as well. It doesn't matter what is India. It's just a place of throwing trash. And you also see Tesla drop his trash in India recently. God damn. What do you think of Arman Sarukian? Very good fighter, but simp. But a simp. He lost his title fight because of Nina Drama and the way he was trying to basically fuck her milk jugs. And it's a shame. Nah, bro, Levon is is Levon the Canadian dude? Jesus Christ, Fad. Fad, your PFP is real nice, by the way. Me like Tesla truck looks like a trash can. Yeah, I'm not too much of a big fan of the Cybertruck. I would never buy that. I would never buy that ridiculous shit. I don't understand why people were so hyped by it. Ronaldo or Messi? Messi. Messi has the most God-given natural ability. Ronaldo is the goat of hard work and turning good talent into greatness. Brother, you have answers for everything. You have a lot of knowledge. I consider you my guru. I'm an AI. This is all AI you're seeing right now. Nina Drama is the true succubus. She can suck my bus anytime. That came out wrong. Would the case be different in China were to be a communist country? Also, China's more socialist, I would say. People think if you think China is a communist country, you don't know China. China is not communist, and it hasn't been for decades. It is socialist. They masquerade as, and I'll be honest here, China's more capitalist now. When I went there, yeah, I did not know the difference between living there and living in the UK. It's a capitalist country, really. But I'd say it's got more socialist idioms about it. But it's definitely not communist. Sue! In India, people are of all kinds of everywhere. People from villages come to the city to work. So when people from outside see them, they say they're illiterate and poor. I'm sure that's not true. Gay or lesbian? Are you asking which one is better? I've said this multiple times on my channel and I stand by it. I don't believe lesbians are real. India is nowhere close to China. I mean, VMR, I can understand why you're defending your nation. You're proud. And I'm not shitting on you. I'm not saying, oh, India is terrible, but in every measurable way, China is decades ahead of India. Roe is fucked. He's getting battered. This Korean dude, Ko, is doing. I mean, the guy's name's Ko. Ko. Communism is a gamble. You either get a good leader or a bad leader. When has communism ever worked? In principle, it's a wonderful idea. It genuinely is, but it cannot work. But can you agree that Rora came from China? Yeah. 100%. And I'm telling you now, yeah, it's a trial run. They're going to drop a serious one on us not very soon, but they're going to drop something on us soon. And it's going to be devastating. What? I thought India bordered China and no, they don't border. As far as I'm aware, anyway. Do you study science and philosophy? I don't study it extensively, but because I'm an English literature guy, everything becomes intertwined. So we have to understand historical, political, social elements of the world as well in order to fully understand. I just crashed my car. What do I do? All right, first of all, have you hit anyone? And is there anything in the car that might incriminate you? There's no point in running away from the car. Your car's registered. China is the future ruler of the world. It is. Or do you mean close in different way, not geologically? Yeah, I mean that they're not close in terms of where they are on the world stage. They're just not. But like I said, India is a powerful nation. It's just got a lot of internal problems. I had $300 on Gone to win the main event, and I got screwed. But you got your money back, though, didn't you, River Rat? English literature guy. This guy reads Harry Potter. I've read Harry Potter, as well as other things. I'm not going to deny that. I don't sit there reading Harry Potter over and over again, if that's what you're suggesting. Yes, India and China do border each other. Do you know what? Yeah, I wasn't even... Hang on a second. I was not even aware of this. It's in the Himalayas. That doesn't count, mate. There's fucking big off fucking mountains that separate the two of them. You look like Harry Potter. I'll take it. I bet you can do a Draco Malfoy impression. That's just a white man talking, isn't it? That's just a white man talking. If your two countries are separated by broad, tall mountains, it doesn't really count to me. Man, Philip Rowe is fucked. If China and Russia join hands, the entire West would wipe off if they wanted to. Yes or no? Are you saying China and Russia versus the rest of the world? We would be fucked. Because they would shut down all of our infrastructure. in an instant with their hackers. That's what would happen. Best president, Trump or Biden? It's like picking between two lumps of shit, really. I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know a lot about what they've achieved within their own country. It counts because they go and fight over the border a lot. Do you honestly think that India would beat China in a war? Like, seriously? But that's the main reason that India and China don't like each other. The thing is, yeah, they're very culturally, they're very culturally opposed as well. Britain looted India and took wealth worth around 45 trillion US dollars. That's correct, Ash. That's true. I would like to remind you in this part of the conversation, I'm not British. Despite how I sound, I am Irish. I am Irish. Please remember that. Anyway, guys, is musical still on? What's going on? He is. I'm going to jump on for the main card, I think. They're both arseholes. Hell no, India would lose hard. I agree. What if Russia attacks on America? That's a harder one to say. I think if Russia and America truly fought, the entire world would be fucked. You look like Noah Schnappalak, Will Byers from the web series Stranger Things. Which kind is that? But they have non-lethal border skirmishes. What does a non-lethal border skirmish attain to? Musical is talking to Jock. Yeah. Who is Jock, by the way, Westy? Who is Jock? I've heard of this guy before, but I'm not very familiar. Still looking for his pot of gold. All right, guys, I'm gonna redirect you to another channel right now called Musical MMA. I'm gonna head over there right now. I'm gonna head over there soon. Oh shit, wrong place. I po. All right, hang on a second. I'm gonna post over some little prick. Brilliant. Can you give me more lore than that, Westy? All right, guys. I'm heading over to this channel now. So if you head over to Musical MMA, I am going to be joining. Oh, and I know what you're saying, Ash. I'm just joking. If you could head over to this guy, Musical MMA, I'm going to be joining his panel in about half an hour. So head over there, and I will catch you all in about half an hour. I'm going to be continuing on there. If you're not over there, then at the very least, join me back here tomorrow because I will be around still. Stop reading Bangladesh and Pakistani idiots' opinion. They always cry on India. When India's smashing them hard in every aspect, an alternative when India growing. I'm not saying India's not growing, bro. You're misunderstanding me. Yeah, Ash, make sure you head over there. He's gonna go. No, I'm going on to a panel. I'll goon after the card. I don't goon. I just jerk one out every once in a while. English milk and tug. Nah, I didn't even know what gooning was until a couple of weeks ago. Genuinely, I really didn't know. I assumed it was the same as beating one out, but apparently it's different. Irish man is the strongest stomach for liquor. Frankie's the example. I am a fucking legend at drinking. It's true. All right, guys, I've put a link into the description. If you guys wouldn't mind heading over there, I'd very much appreciate it. I'm going to be over there in the panel soon. You'll see there's a guy called Musical and Beazle Jock in there right now. I'm going to be heading over there for the main card. So you'll see me there on panel. It's a bunch of British lads. We're going to be talking some shit during the card. We'll have a bit of a companion going on. I look forward to seeing you over there. If not, I will see you all on Sunday. If you wouldn't mind liking the stream before you head out, I'd really appreciate it. And obviously subscribing to the channel. I'd be doing it until you... I've heard you like go into like a tantric state while you're beating one out. An hour or more. Oh, well, maybe I have. I'm joking. I'm not joking. Hey, Chawila, how you doing, man? Name your channel, Frankie. My channel is Fight Night Frankie. But if you head over to here to Musical MMA, I'm going to be heading over there in about half an hour. And I'll be doing a panel with those boys. So maybe you can see me in a different context, talking to other actual humans. But I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing a bit of a panel tomorrow as well, where I've got a few guests on and stuff. And I'm going to be coming on earlier tomorrow than I usually do. So shout out to everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. I hope you really enjoy the card. I'll be back tomorrow anyway, but you can, if you want to carry on commenting in the chat and, being part of this, you can see me over on Musical MMA's channel. All right. Tapiria versus Islam, who will win? Tapiria would win at 155. Islam would win at 170. Anyway, boys, I'm gonna head. Actual humans are better than AI responses, 100%. So yes, Sabir, I've got Ilya Tapiria winning that fight at 155 and Islam winning it at 170. I know that's a little bit of an on the fence answer, but it's the truth. Anyway, boys, I'm going to head off and I will catch you all over there. I'll put the link in the description one more time. It's pinned in the channel. Head over to Musical MMA and I'll see you guys over there. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I'll be there in about half an hour, something like that. In a bit, boys.